You'd figure this list would have come sooner or later, and it shouldn't come as any surprise to anyone that I'm the one doing it. Let's cut to the chase. These are the top 10 Bionicle sets. Starting our list at number 10 is the Thernatus V9. This 2009 $60 set is arguably a land-bound version of the Jetrax T6, only in tan. But regardless of where you stand in that argument, it still has its own merits. Featuring a whopping 5 blasters, movable canopy, and easy-to-use wheels to slide it across the ground, the Thernatus is a lot of fun to use. Alongside its primary function allowing the side wheels to splay out from the set, and the primary color scheme being tan, making it one of the very few sets to use that color at all in G1, the Thernatus has at least earned an honorable mention. So why not number 10? Number 9 shows us that sometimes bigger is better. The hefty $90 Scopio XV1 is currently the largest Bionicle set released in terms of piece count, including an approximate 849 pieces. It's big, it's red, and it's repetitive. The set's repetition is the only reason it doesn't rank higher. Aside from that, it's a complex build with plenty of play value contained within. If nothing else, it's really nice to look at. At number 8, Masika is quite a unique set. Being a mobile turret, there isn't much that's going to compare to the oddity of this one. While the driver isn't too much to write home about, the actual Swamp Strider is well built. It features excellent mobility in the legs, and the ability to rotate a full 360 degrees on a swivel, all while being a functional turret. The railgun version of a Zamor launcher. Slap on a $30 price tag, and we're all good to go. The number 7 spot may seem a little controversial, but Nocturne has always been a fan favorite for most. Without being blatant, he inadvertently incorporates all of the good features the Buraki end up having separately, with luminescent pieces, brand new recolors, a solid build, and a very standout-ish look. If the Buraki can't be on this list separately, despite their fan prowess, then Nocturne does a fine job being the substitute. At number 6, the special edition yellow Jetrax T6 was no easy choice to make. Released in the summer of 2008 alongside its standard blue counterpart, this Jetrax is virtually identical to the original, featuring a solid construction, movable canopy, 3 blasters, and a turbine extension function. The Jetrax is jam-packed with features and fun as you swoosh it around the room. This one ranks over the blue one for being special in its color scheme, which wasn't very often seen at the time. And hey, if you don't like it, the blue one was most likely right alongside it. At the halfway point, the number 5 spot goes to the Tarakava. These Rock'em Sock'em Rahi were unique even for their time. For $20, you'd end up getting 2 Tarakava Rahi, allowing you to make them battle with friends, or even on your own if you're like me. One of them is also one of the last few sets to feature the color teal, making it a rarity. They were a lot of fun, easy to build, and easy to use with a fairly straightforward function. Certainly a classic. Is this cheating? At number 4, we have the Toa Metru. Now! Before you hang me up, let me explain. The Toa Metru are clone sets. You get one, you effectively have them all. That being the case, the Toa Metru are arguably the best Toa sets we got during Generation 1. They did the best they could at combining form and function, allowing for mobility without sacrificing gears. While the 2015 Masters eventually outdid them in this regard, they're well recognized as excellent designs, and certainly one of the cheaper options on this list, at only $8 a Toa. In the top 3, we have the mighty Axillary T9. At an approximate 693 pieces, this award-winning set is nothing to bat an eyelash at. Featuring 2 sets of opening side compartments, 2 of which containing Midax Skyblasters, which roll out to battle-ready positions, extending blades for better aerodynamics, and functional landing gear, this set has no shortage of play value. Give Lewa some new adaptive armor, and you've got our undeniable number 3 spot. While the Axillary has more pieces and more functions, at number 2, Rutaka is easily the most solidly built set on this list. Only an approximate 193 pieces, Rutaka still stands strong with a consistent color scheme, solid construction, and the standard articulation expected of a Titan. The set contains a new mask, and plenty of warm gold to go around. The selling point here is the build. which manages to pull off a solid design, all while keeping a pleasant color scheme. Menacing, cheap, and full of new parts, Rutaka manages to fight for and keep his spot at number 2. Before we get to our number 1 spot, let's take a moment to get a few honorable mentions out of the way. First of all, the Toa Enika. Infamous for introducing the so-called Enika build, these sets broke new ground for being the first Toa sets to completely lack gears, and for a short time, standardized battery-operated weaponry. Quite unforgettable. Second, the Buraki. Unfortunately, none of them make it because they all balance each other out. They all have their ups and downs, and were the first wave of sets in Bionicle not to be full-on clone sets. They set a standard that Bionicle tried hard to keep to until the end of G1. And finally, the Toa Masters from 2015. They don't make the list for the same reason as the Buraki, but are arguably an improvement on the goal the Toa Metru attempted to achieve. They successfully combine form and function, as well as provide excellent durability with the use of the character and creature building system, more commonly known as CCBS. And at number 1, Maxilos and Spinax. While Spinax may not be winning any awards anytime soon, the main attraction here has always been Maxilos. Featuring the most points of articulation in a set of his size, Maxilos makes use of every part of his design. Included is waist articulation, a shoulder-mounted cannon, and, to spring off of that, shoulder articulation. The set poses incredibly well, also representing a color scheme done properly to include the use of red axles and, to a degree, blue pins. With a second set included in the form of Spinax, you have a fantastic 2-for-1 set that has an unparalleled design. And for those reasons, Maxilos and Spinax take our number 1 spot. For $20, no less. But those were just our thoughts. What are yours? Post your own top 10 best Bionicle sets in the comments below, and feel free to continue the discussion on the TTV Message Boards at board.ttvpodcast.com. I'm Eljay, and thanks for watching.